Okay. Energy is so intense, but it's intense in a good way. It's not like it was before in like the intense where it's like overwhelming intense. It's like, okay, it's intense, but the intensity is actually leading to positivity. So if you're feeling overly emotional, or you're like from 1 minute you're like super happy and you feel great and life is wonderful and you just feel so much love, and then the next minute you're like crying your head off, it's all good. It's all good. This is part of the process. As you can see, I've been undergoing the process, as you can see. But it's all good. I'm not even gonna add a TikTok filter on this, or even if YouTube has a filter, I'm not adding it. This is where I'm at right now, and I'm okay with it. So the card that I got, this is a tarot reading for Aquarius, by the way. Yesterday was the new moon in Aquarius, and this is super exciting energy. This is gonna be an amazing year for Aquarius. Like, it's all Aquarius energy this year. Last year was Capricorn, this year's Aquarius. And I think we're after the Capricorn season, we're in for a completely new experience with Aquarius energy. So, speaking of new experience, the world. This is talking about a completion, an ending, and a completion. So it's basically entering into a whole new world. You know, like Aladdin, a whole new world. And that's where we're going. We're creating a whole new world. A world based on equality and justice and strengthening of our spiritual gifts and abilities and becoming our true selves and becoming authentic and being in our power and supporting one another. And that's what's happening right now. We're all shifting into this completely new experience. Like, this has never been experienced before, ever, what we're entering into. It is a completely new paradigm, a completely new everything. Where the system is being, it's getting torn, it's getting torn down. No more system. And I'm really excited. Like, I'm just like, the warrior in me is just like full force, like, fuck the system. Like, this is us saying, you know what? We're done. You're going to come at us. You're going to tell us that we need to be a certain way. You're going to keep us down. You're going to keep us dependent on the system. Tell us what we need to do and everything. We're like, fuck you. We're not doing it. And then, you know, here we go. Like, this is the strength that we all have within. And you know, if we can master the inwardness, the inner strength, and have that just cultivating through us and not being triggered, having trigger reactions from, you know, some ignorant asshole, and you can just be like, you know what, like, you're fucked and I'm holding my power. I'm standing in my own truth and my own knowing, and I'm not going to engage in this, you know, because it's just gonna, as soon as you engage in something in a lower vibrational energy, somebody who's being negative, you know, there's negative people everywhere. You go online, you see negative people, you know, commenting on this, commenting on that. It's just like, what's the point? What is the point of that? There's no point whatsoever. But these people, they don't know any better. This is how they've been taught. This is the only thing that they know. And all their energy is the only way they know how to create energy is through negativity. And so the people that are paving the way for this new system we need to learn how to be moderate in how we engage with these negative people. We need to be more mindful and conscientious of where we put our energy, and we need to save our energy for the moments that mean the most, that are going to be the most impactful. You know, like the other day I was on TikTok and this chick posted a video of like a homeless man, and he's up on like this, he's an old guy, he's like probably in his mid-60s, and he has a cane, and he's up on this tall, probably like 6-foot concrete partition like barrier. And then, so it's basically, here's a sidewalk, and then here's like the concrete wall, and he's up here, and there's like a bunch of bushes up here, and so he's up here and he's in the bushes. And so this chick was like, yeah, we were walking by and this guy was yelling stuff at us and da da da. So she started to like antagonize him, and so then he was, you know, like he didn't respond well to that. So then he hopped down off of this concrete wall onto the sidewalk, and like as he was like hopping down, like he has a cane, as he's hopping down, his arm was like up like this, and then like it was like all twisted, and you know, he could have easily injured himself just because this idiot's on, you know, on TikTok and trying to get some views and like be all cool, like, yeah, look at me, I'm talking to the homeless man. She wasn't even talking to him, she's just being a little fucking bitch, like, in my opinion. So I commented on, oh yeah, she was commenting saying, oh yeah, crackheads of Edmonton, and I'm like, well, my mom is a crack addict, you know, and like I commented on a whole bunch of things, and she's just like, you know, she started calling me down and calling me names. I'm like, I not even once did I say anything negative to you. I'm just trying to spread awareness and say, you know what, like, that's not appropriate for you to be recording people like that. And she's like trying to justify it. And anyways, so I must have made about 5 comments, and then anyway, she must have had like one of her friends come to her defense, and so then they made some ignorant comment to me, and I didn't respond. Like I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to give any more energy to this. Like I said what I have to say. You're not responding to it. You're going to just be who you are. It's fine, whatever. And in the process, like I had a few people who supported me and were on my page or on the same page as me, and like, you know, said, you know what, like, yeah, I agree, like that was wrong. And so then anyways, 2 days after, she goes and like likes all my comments, and I know it was like begrudgingly, and then she's like made a comment like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, be mindful of where you put your energy, because there's going to be assholes out there that are going to try taking your energy, and it's going to become even more prominent now because the revolution is underway, and people are going to start, the resistance is going to start happening. It's not going to start, it already is happening. See, and it's just like that, you know, like for me, it's my energy shifts, you know, like I just get so like this, and then, but when I have the feeling of like the through me, it's like real. It's not like it was before where it was like I had to do that breathing to actually soothe myself. It's like a natural flow of soothing. It's not me consciously trying to integrate that into my system. It's just there. It's moving through me. Okay, Spirit, please give me some more messages. Yeah, just as I was saying, it's so true. Like, you know, there's so many people that are just like living in this illusions. Like they're choosing not to see because they don't want to wake up. They just want to remain blinded to the truth. They want to keep themselves imprisoned in their own minds because they're too afraid to face the truth. You know, they're used to dealing with things in a certain manner. And that manner is conflict, you know, like the feeling they have to defend themselves, and they have to, you know, feeling like you have to defend yourself. There's no, you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to do anything. You know, like you could just be like this. You can be like, this is who I am. I'm sitting here on my throne. I'm, you know, the Queen of Swords. The sword energy is air energy, so it's very articulate and intellectual, very intelligent. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, You can choose to remain ignorant, or you can be intelligent. And I far rather would be sitting on my throne than tied up, blindfolded, surrounded by swords. You know, I'd rather be more comfortable like this. Okay, so now I'm noticing that I'm talking really loud because I get really excited. When I get excited, I talk loud. So I'm gonna ground myself once again. So this is an example of how you can consciously integrate a new state of being. So it's the awareness of what's happening, and then making the conscious decision to integrate a new behavior. Okay. The Lovers. So the Lovers represents a decision. You know, it's deciding, how do I want to live my life? Do I want to live my life in fear, or do I want to live my life in love? You know, like the support that we have when we choose love. And I'm not saying love from like a cliche way. Love is eternal. It's something that is within us. It flows through us. And it is what it's what has created human existence. And when we can tap into that, then we know our strength and we know our power, and we can accomplish anything. And that's what our guides are saying. It's like, tune into it. Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful. You know, and I understand how we can feel like that, because it's, you know, when you've experienced so much fear and you try to compare it to the opposite of that, it's like foreign. It's, you know, it's uncomfortable because it's so foreign. But once it becomes familiar, you understand that, you know, love is fortunate. It brings you nothing but amazing things when you tap into it. And ultimately, that's what's going to save humanity, is understanding exactly what love really means. It's not, love isn't codependent. Love doesn't mean like, oh yeah, like, you know, having all these expectations, and if somebody doesn't act a certain way, then you're going to be, you know, resentful, or you're going to be angry. You know, love is just standing in your own true knowing of what you stand for. Like, what do you believe in? What do you want? It's, you know, it's making a decision. And that's what the Lovers is. Represents making a decision. And that is that message, making a decision, is what we need to know right now. You know, making a decision to be in your power, not having to justify anything, knowing who you are and what you came here to do and what your mission is, and stopping at nothing to make it happen. You are a protector. You protect, you know, we're protecting one another. You know, we're starting to live in a state of not feeling so fearful. You know, these children are protected. They don't feel fear because they know this is their father. You know, their father's sitting there just, you know, watching them and just having so much pride and feeling so much pride for his children, and you know, feeling good about all the work that he's done to keep them safe, and you know, like I'm being guided to his staff. You know, it's an ankh, so that means it's the Egyptian key. So basically he holds this ankh, and that represents the key to the afterlife. Not the afterlife, I don't know, I'll have to look it up, but it's basically, it represents a key. So yeah. Makes me key. Okay, this is the second time this presented itself. So basically the Hanged Man means that you're still in suspension, you're still waiting. You haven't made the decision yet, and you're still waiting. You're still processing the information, and you're looking at the information from a different perspective, and that's why he's upside down. And he's still receiving messages from spirit, and that's represented by the bird. And, you know, he's preparing himself to make the decision to choose which direction to go. He's at a crossroads. You know, and this is love right here. The Knight of Cups is love. And that's where you're meant to go. You're meant to follow your heart and be led by love. And when you make that decision, the scales are going to be balanced. Everything's going to become equal. You know, it's like the alignment with the eclipse here. The sun and the moon conjoining together to create this magnificent display, this magnificent scene, this miracle. You know, that's the word, miracle. As I say that, I feel spirit just like, miracle. It is a miracle. Us being here is a miracle. So we just recently had the new moon in Aquarius, and we're moving towards the full moon. So right now would be a great time for, you know, to take the time to really go within, to honor yourself and this decision, and to really just enjoy the process, because you're never going to be here in the same state ever again. You know, every single moment we're in a new frequency. You know, we're constantly shifting and changing, and, you know, be appreciative of this moment, and, you know, be excited about what's going to present itself, even though you don't know what it's going to be. You know, it's only going to be for your best interest. It always is. And, you know, just trusting that even though you're in the light, you're in the dark right now, and you don't really know what's ultimately going to happen, you still have the light. You know, this woman is carrying this torch, and she still has the light of the moon and the light of the lantern, the light of this torch. And, you know, she's being divinely guided into the direction she's meant to go. And this is another card that keeps presenting itself. You know, it's time to cut ties. It's time to say no. Enough. I choose me. Okay, Spirit, can I please have the final message? And there we go. You know, balance. It's time to just get grounded, balance yourself. You know, he's looking like it. I don't know what he's looking at, but he's looking at something. It's almost like he's like in his third eye, and he's, you know, he's just so in tune with juggling these pentacles, these golden, like these they're golden pentacles. He's so in tune with it. He doesn't even have to look at them. And, you know, doesn't even have to focus on them. Like, I really feel like in this card, he's really not actually even, it's like he's having an out of body moment right now in this image. You know, he's so powerful, and he's mastered his ability to just juggle these pentacles, even though he's not even consciously there. Like, he can do it both consciously and unconsciously. He can move this energy in any way he sees fit, you know? Like, he just knows his power. And so just, you know, like, if you're struggling right now, just go within, balance yourself. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. You know, cut ties with anything that's no longer serving you, and that's holding you back, and that's keeping you imprisoned, and keeping you blind, and preventing you from moving forward into the direction that you're meant to go, into the path that you're meant to be, meant to go down, you know? And so, yeah. What else needs to be said? We're receiving a lot of support right now. We're like, if we're open to listening and we're open to receiving, we're gonna be getting so much support, you're not even gonna believe it. Like, Spirit is here, like, now more than ever, just being like, what can I do to help you? We're here to help you. Like, just empowering us behind the scenes. And so just welcome that, be accepting of it, because why wouldn't you? Why would you say no when you could say yes? And yeah, it's exciting. So wherever you are, just know it's just one moment in time. There's going to be another moment, another moment, another moment, and just be grounded and be present, and know that, you know, like, you're going to cry, and you're going to be sad, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to talk loud, and you're going to talk soft, and you're going to talk fast, and you're going to talk slow, and it's just going to be all over the place. You know, it's fine. Whatever. Like, why would you want to be boring and just all the same all the time? Like, I'm definitely not like that. I can guarantee you. And, you know, and if you are, that's fine too. So I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you so much. And I love you all. And talk to you soon. Bye.